Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot. Thank you very much for checking out this video. In today's episode, we're going to go ahead and continue to pretty much work on where we left off in the last episode. There's some efficiencies which I can easily tell that I need to improve on. We need to add some new trams in, and we're also going to go ahead and start off by checking up on the progress of the fuel route. So we have had increased production now that I've turned the game up to ×3 speed. It's had a bit of time to build up, which is good. So trucks are now leaving here with 8 fuel in them, for example. So again, not exactly record-breaking profit amounts, but we are starting to tick the boxes here, which is good. And this is slowly just continuously building, which is great to see, and I'm really happy about it. Then if we jump down this other end here, as we can see, things are about to upgrade down here too, which is good. It's basically what I'm doing here, if you've not seen the last episode, supplying fuel to Hampstead, one of our biggest towns. I didn't mean that, I meant... yeah, this isn't going to work when you've got so much stuff going on in the town. As we can see here, we're up to 6%, but this town could really do with a lot more stuff, for example, with regards to its percentages on shopping facilities and jobs. That's what I mean by stuff. And then over here, Bangor as well. It's poorly connected. It's hardly got any facilities or goods being brought to it right now, so that's why I need to go ahead and try and improve upon that, and that's what we're going to do in this episode today as well. Okay, so good news all round. We're starting to see good movement there. I want to try and see if I can increase production down here as well. We're lacking on, it looks like, steel, in all honesty. I'm pretty sure we've got adamant wood coming in here, or I don't mean adamant wood, that's a metal kind of wood, but we've got lots and lots of wood coming down here. We've got plenty moving, which is great to see. However, I feel we're lacking on the steel. I feel the steel's kind of pulling us back, and as we can see here, this steel train isn't even full, for example, so that really tells you everything, doesn't it? As we can see here, lots of trains moving on this track right now. I mean, it is 8 wide, and it is 8 wide for a valid reason, that every single one is used, and it's back and forth along here. It really is quite intensive, which is fine nonetheless, but we're lacking on steel, so we're going to start off by trying to address that issue, and I think I know why. It's this massive mess here. Basically, I don't think we're getting enough iron into here to be able to go ahead and continue to produce steel. Now if we look in the yard here, we can see that there is a fair amount of steel ready to be outputted. And then this here I believe is coal. Or no, sorry, that's not coal. Don't know what that is. But this over here is coal, so this is where the coal is right now. But we're actually lacking on iron. There should be iron over here, but there's no iron, so that is a problem. So we speed this up and we wait for an iron train to arrive, which is an iron train arriving in now. We shall see that top corner, iron trains arriving and stopping now. We will now see iron appear in the yard, i.e. over there. So we're lacking on iron, which we need to bring more of, and then possibly coal as well. The coal seems to be doing fine, but I think it's the iron that's actually holding us up, in all honesty. And I think I know why that is. It's because this poor junction design here. Basically, I've got this going over the other tracks, and it's just not good in the slightest, so we need to go ahead and address this issue. I did work on this issue before, and I need to work on it again, to be honest. It's just a bit of a mess. So we've got the pink line here. What we need to do is basically move everything, shuffle everything down 1, and then we need to move up 1. That's about as simple as it's going to get. However, that's not going to be a 2-second job, unfortunately, so let's get to it. First of all, we need to start off by actually getting the train station as clear as possible. We're going to start off by moving the purple line and then the brown line. So this shouldn't be too difficult a job to do. All we're going to do is we're going to remove this piece of track here, and then we're going to cut this junction back. Then what we can do here is we can go ahead and also cut all this back here like that, and that gives us that. So that's not a problem at all. Now what we want to do is jump in here, and we're going to first of all go ahead and use this track here to run into there, and then run that into there. Easy enough done. And then here, sort of do the same thing, like so. Are the signals still here? No, they're not. So we need to add in new signals as well. For some reason the brown train is not reconfigured itself, but I think I know why that is as well. That is to do with platforming issues which we've got at this station now. So if we come back into here, what we need to do is move you to terminal 5, move you to terminal 4, and that works out. So that should address that issue, though we've obviously got 2 trains in the 1 terminal here, but again that can change quite quickly. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to separate that and separate that. Then what I need to do here is jump back into the tracks. We're going to run this along into here like so, and then we're going to have a junction which comes off here and runs into there like that. It is going to lose a little bit of speed there actually. How much speed? Quite a bit, but I guess at this whole area you're losing quite a bit of speed. It's quite an aggressive junction into that tunnel, so that's understandable. Now what we need to do is clear this train, though it's not, of course. Knew that was going to happen. Probably should have double checked my clearings. Let's go ahead and first of all actually we can cut this back here as well. So we can cut that back and cut all this back here. We're going to need to add in a few more signals in a second, one thinks. Let's go ahead and cut that back to there. So now what we need to do is run you into there, and then we need to run this line into there, which is fine. Then we can extend that back along there, though you need to run alongside this other track. Why are you not snapping? I do not know. There we go, that's much better. And now if we go ahead and run this out of here like so, then we can pretty much get something which is semi-fast running there. The only downfall is we've somehow managed to get two trains facing each other, and this bit here is not done very well either. You lose quite a bit of speed there, but again you're coming into the train station, so that's fine. Right, okay, so the final issue we actually do need to resolve here then is the two trains which are facing each other, because everything should have sorted itself out. No, that's not true. We need to go ahead and move you up to Terminal 1, which works out perfect, so that's that done. Now what we need to do is go ahead and get these trains back onto the right direction. So what we're going to do is we're just honestly going to flip you around, and then that is that resolved, I believe. So voila, that's perfect, and then we can leave this until we actually need to put more trains onto the tracks, which is not right now. So that should hopefully mean that we get more iron in here more efficiently, because we do have a real build-up of iron over here, so it's like it does want to give us more iron, but we're just failing to ship it, is really what's happening, so that's good. With regards to coal, I think coal's not the problem, but again there's more coal to move, so I think we can actually go ahead and think about upgrading wagons. That's something we can do, because as I said in the last episode, I brought in a lot of new mods, and there might be some which are more efficient with regards to goods, moving goods. So let's go ahead and have a look at that very quickly. What we can do is we can look for the... what train is it? What train is it, you tell me? The train that runs from here, so the G-Het and coal. So we've got a right variety of different wagons on the back right now. I just want to go ahead and check and see if there's anything better. So we've got 20 running on that right now. That means a train then is carrying 260. So that means each wagon is carrying 13 worth of goods. So we go into freight wagons here, and it looks like... I'm trying to find our current wagons first of all. Is it these? Nope, it's not. It's these open wagons here. So now we've got a bit more option here, which is good to see. So we've got these coal hoppers, which would drastically change the game. I do think they are slightly longer, but that shouldn't make too much of a difference. So we're going to switch to these hoppers now. These can carry coal and coal only, so iron can't be used by these. But... yeah, I think we'll just have to remain with the iron, but the iron's moving a lot shorter journey anyway, so it's not that mattering that much, but this will be a big change. So if we go ahead and first of all clear back all of this, get rid of all of that, and now let's go ahead and add all these coal hoppers on. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think that's what I'll stop at. So 16 times 19, off the top of my head, I really can't do that. It is a bit better, not much better arguably. Yeah, no, that should work, and again we can go ahead and upgrade if we need to. Again, I'm just unsure about the extra length and how that's gonna work, so if we go ahead and replace now, surprisingly only 16, that costs very little to upgrade. What's gonna happen here is that's gonna change from 260 to a number which I'm very curious to find out what it is. So if we put this on to ×3 very quickly, I mean the line is doing extremely successful with about a 30 million profit. Right, so that's the first one changed. The autosave kicks in at the worst time, of course it does. Come on. There we go, perfect. So that's 304, so we can already move more. And can we get maybe more wagons on this train? Right, well that's the old train. This one's about to upgrade. So yeah, we could possibly get 2 more wagons on there, but even with that small change across the 4 trains, then that's a mouthful, then we should be able to go ahead and actually clear this backlog quite easily. That train's not even leaving full, for example, so it's pretty perfect. That's a really good upgrade and I'm happy with it. Okay, so I didn't actually check the iron production levels, but at least trains are leaving here full now, which is good. That is one big thing. Oh no, that's a logs train. So you're still not quite full, which is a bit disappointing. However, as we can see here, the production just needs to increase. We've got plenty of iron in the grounds, and we've got plenty of coal in the grounds. So we are doing fine for actually production. We just need the production rate to increase and consume our goods a bit quicker, which it slowly but surely is doing. Let's jump back down to ×1 speed, just very quickly. How are we doing here? 306, that's really good to see. That's at 340. Looks like it's stagnated, but at least it's increased, and we can go ahead and work on that again another time. So I did say I wanted to add 2 new trams this episode, and that's what we're going to turn our attention to now. I have any small one at the top of the town here because I feel it needs it. We're also going to go ahead and add in some tunnels and some bridges, because this right now is the only connection to the other part of town here, which isn't good enough. I think what we're going to do is actually add in another superhighway actually, and we're going to go ahead and connect this up between the 2 towns of... We've ish got one built over here, but what I want to do is I want to connect up more directly the towns of Bangor and Bottery like that. So that's just a better extension. Instead of coming out here, you can now go and use that road directly, which is good to see. And then again, I would also quite like to upgrade this road in between the 2 towns here, just because the infrastructure has upgraded, you know. I think it's about time we go ahead and connect up this a bit better, in all honesty. It's a very busy road which gets used by a lot of vehicles, so it really probably should be a bit of a motorway, if anything. So let me go ahead and just draw this along here and into there like that. That works out fine, and then pretty much just draw you into there like so. So a very small change, but some more direct road now, and it should hopefully make a little bit of a difference for the casual driver. I'm not going to go ahead and connect up these 2 along here, because that would be a bit silly, I think. What I can do, interestingly, is I'm seeing there is another oil well up here at Southgate, so we could possibly send more oil to the refinery here, and then again just keep production nice and high. I think that would be a good idea, because I'd also like to move oil up to here, or this, yeah, this is oil, whereas this takes in crude oil. Okay, so I can move that up here and then produce plastic. Right, okay. Yeah, let's do that now. After we built the trams, because I've mentioned it, so we're going to deal with it. So let's go ahead. That should hopefully help up the connectivity in this part of town, but I'm still going to build a very, very small tram line which just really runs around here and basically connects up this part of town a bit better, because it's definitely underdeveloped, this part of town. So we'll start off with the turning circle there. It's just going to run along here. Actually, we maybe shouldn't have done the turning circle there. Maybe we should have gone up there, and I've just destroyed again lots of buildings unnecessarily. Oops. We can add the tram depot in there, that'll be fine. So you'll run along here. You can run up here onto the main road. And then yeah, we'll run you out to here, and then we'll just build a small turning circle out here. If we come off the upgrade tool, let's build a small turning circle there, which is perfect, and that is the new route. So we're going to build 2 simultaneously actually. We're going to come along to Southgate, and we're going to build on this side as well, just so we can go ahead and get a better connectivity. We do have the connection with the train station on both sides, which is good. So what we can do is run the tram along here, and then basically just come along this street here. Is this going to work? I'm going to do a turning circle right at the top here. That's not going to work. That would, but that would destroy everything, which I really don't want to do. If we downgrade this to that, that would work. So that works for me. So that there is that end of the route. Then coming along here, this end is going to be pretty self-explanatory. We're going to build along there. We're going to build along here. We can't build along that road. We can build there, 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 and there. Perfect, that's good. Right, okay, so let's get the stops into place now. this is the next task. So we'll have a stop here, a stop round here, and then another stop up there. We'll then have another stop as they join together. I think this tram in Southgate here could actually be really successful. Let's have the main stop for the station here, another stop along here, and then we turn up back into the busy heartland of the town, and we'll have another stop up the top there. So we'll come back and build that momentarily. Over here it's a bit easier, it's a bit of a shorter route, and it's not going to have anywhere near as many stops. I still think it can be quite popular though, but again we'll probably build a little bit more less trams on this route, I imagine. Let's go ahead and put in a stop in there, a stop in here, and then coming up to the top of the town up there, which is wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the tram building tool. And let's go ahead and see what we can do. So we'll start up the top here at School Lane, run to Windsor Road, Manor Road, Stanley Road, Springfield Road, West Street, our first street in a while, and then we loop back around at Broadway, and then come back through the town, which is absolutely perfect, really easy route. And again, there's also not a lot of traffic in the town right now, which... There's a lot of people walking though, or you can see a lot of people walking around anyway. So I think there could still be some demand for this. This is going to come the TR, this is the town of Bangor, and this is going to be the TR2 in this town. So let me just double check I've got that right. TR Bangor and TR Bangor 2. TR Bangor, which I added doubled the trams, has actually really dropped into the negative, which is not good at all. Though it's because this end of the line section is not very good. Again, I think I might redraw the tram here too. I feel it needs to visit built up areas a bit more. It's just in the negative now, and that sucks because I did add lots of new trams onto it, but I don't know, I really don't know. It's a bit hit and miss when it gets out to the suburbs, you know, especially with trams that have got 48 passengers. It can be quite a risk. We'll come back though and we'll go ahead and add the trams on momentarily after we've built up this route. So this route is going to be a little bit more straightforward. It's interesting that it's the exact same colour, or the exact same shade of brown as well, I think. Evidently I don't like that shade because I've not selected it. But this is going to be... Again, there's not that much traffic to be honest. I think it should be fine. I think this one will get used a lot more though. And then after 15 we come up there, and that's perfect. So this is the TR, this is the town of Southgate, and this is tram number 2, which is good as well. So now let's go ahead and get our depots and get our trams out onto the tracks, and we'll come back and review them probably later on in the episode. So what we'll do is we'll do the depot for this one up here. That can go in there. And then let's go ahead and buy trams. For this we're going to start off with 8 Cobras, I think will be our best bet. So Cobras, TR Bangor 2, unable to find electrical path. Shit. Why is that? It's because you're not electrical, are you? No, you are. Oh, did I select the wrong town? Yeah, I probably did, didn't I? TR Southgate 2. Yeah, I did. Ha, oops. I didn't realise that. Again, I'm still relearning the names. And I always get, for some reason, I get Bangor and Bawtry mixed up way too much if you've evidently not learned by now. So, it's something which is not my best move. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the other depot in here, in that small space there. Perfect, that works out great. I feel less guilty now about deleting all those buildings. With regards to the trams here, gonna start off with 5 Cobras actually and see how we go here. So this is the TR Bangor 2 and they're on the move. Okay, so that's great. Feel we've made some good progress there. What we're gonna do now, oh this is really good to see. This is how it should be. We're getting a lot more oil coming out of here and this place is about to take off pretty much. And the trucks are leaving full as well, which is good. So I might actually start to add some more trucks on now as well. This is how things should be. Much better indeed. And again, we're actually about to get more demand because I'm about to connect up this place here too. So, tell you what, we'll come back to that later on once we actually need to work out what the demand is, because we're going to eventually get to a stage which is going to be more efficient to run a railway track. Though that's going to be an interesting one with this triangular sort of junction setup we've got going on here. Things are getting very busy, let's put it that way. But again, we'll wait and see until we get to that stage. So we're going to have oil coming out of this place, which is good, not fuel. I mean, you can make fuel and oil, can't you? Yeah, you can, which is good. So what's going to happen is things will come up the road to here. So let's go ahead and build a bit better infrastructure for that. First of all, let's create a better bend here, and let's upgrade the road, because we don't want our trucks to be limited in road speed. Also, did I build those as medium country roads? Because if I did, that's going to be an issue. I think we did, which isn't good, but it's done now, and I think they should sort themselves out, to be honest, so that's fine. And let's upgrade that there. Then let's upgrade this whole road like so, which is perfect. So we're going to be getting plastic here. So who wants plastic? Because we need an output for this. With regards to individual towns, they don't take plastic, which is what I expected, but tools-wise, we could have plastic brought here, and that would also help solve our steel problem. In general, we should be producing more steel anyway, so that doesn't worry me, but if we can bring plastic straight to there, then that would help things in general. I think we are... I can't remember. Again, we're at 900, so we're moving iron really efficiently. I feel we're moving coal quite efficiently. If anything, we're moving too much coal too quickly. How's this train doing? The train. Yeah, it's pretty much full. So again, I think we're just waiting for the production to increase, though I'm pretty sure it was up at about 1,200, 300 a second ago, now coming to think about it. I mean, this iron train's not full. Quite drastically not full, so it's obviously we're reliant on the coal now, but we're moving the coal fine. Are we maybe not moving the steel fast enough now? That's the coal train. No, again, it looks like it's had a mini drop right now, which is unfortunate. So what I will do is I will happily go ahead and maybe move the plastic into here via truck, because I think that's a good bet, and that also takes pressure off the tools, and it means we can help out here with the machines, though it requires both, doesn't it? So again, we're still requiring metal here, which the bottleneck's metal then, isn't it? Because we need steel and plastic, or we can use steel and wood. But we're still going to need steel, whatever combination we're going for. Okay, so that kind of puts a bit of a dampener on that, because adding in plastic is going to make no difference. What we could do though is move stuff over here, and we could also move wood over here from here, because that would work out quite well, wouldn't it? And we can actually do all that on one single train line and just do stops, or we can just build a big road. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to build a big road, and then we're going to do something a little bit different here. So let's go ahead and get a basic output road here. This road has not been upgraded, has it? Or not all the way anyway, so let's re-alter this here. And then if I go ahead and run you into there, that should be fine, though that truck is struggling. Let me also go ahead and send you back the other way. Let's go ahead, and we're going to actually upgrade this depot as well, to be honest, because it's a bit... I don't know, this is not good anyway, this is old. I mean, this is one of our original goods routes, to be fair, so times have changed. Let's go ahead and have a nice long road which runs up to here. Though again, it's just going to intersect, and it's going to continue down over the valley here, continue and intersect with that road there, and then from there we go on our final approach, which is again quite a long journey. I want to avoid a tunnel if I can. Up the mountain, and then it's going to come drastically into there, which is perfect. And then from there, that means we'll have the goods in here that we can go ahead and then upgrade this whole road, and then we can start to supply either Southgate or Bangor as well, which is good. So again, another good reason why we built this road extension way, which is nice. Okay, so where do we start with all this? I mean, there's a lot to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by deleting this, and then we're just going to upgrade the station. We're essentially just replacing it right now. So if we go into road vehicles and we go into goods, we're going to want something relatively large, though I think for now what we'll do is... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Still in the mind frame of... What game is it? What game is it that uses the... Oh, that's not it either. It's M and N in this game to rotate. Callum, well done. I'm still in the mindset of it's either I think it's Sim Airport or another brick in the mall where you use your mouse scroller to rotate when you like push that button in, so that's why I sort of built that very prematurely. But that's an upgrade, giving us 2 platforms, which is adequate. Then coming along to here, this is also going to probably do benefit from the same, like so. Now coming over to here, this is going to need to be a bit of a bigger facility, so we're going to go for no storage. Yeah, I don't need storage, so do I? Or we could actually go for this one here. I think this would be a good idea. How epic is that? Oh, that is stunning. Again, there's a lot of mods which I've still not played around with, so... But how cool is that? That's a toll. That's stunning. That is absolutely stunning. I really want to make a creative series as well. That's not my new series idea, but I would like to make a creative series at some point in this game. And I don't really know when to do it, to be honest, but I think it'd be great to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and connect this up to there, like so. And that is our next facility. So that is the whole chain of events ready to go. Okay, so from here, let's go back into the normal game. It's sort of stagnating again, but again, the demand is about to be pushed up quite a bit. It could be actually stagnating because of the lack of deliveries. And yeah, maybe it looks like that's the case. So let me go ahead and add in some more trucks right now. I just need to double check what route this actually is. So this is the G crude oil battery. So where are we? We're not in the right menu. GC, so G crude oil battery. So yeah, it is these bigger trucks again. I feel there is the capacity there. We just need to go ahead and allow for the trucks to spread out a bit more, because in all honesty, I know quite a few of them are still empty, so I feel like I maybe shouldn't need to do this as of yet. Let's go ahead and on that, just so we make sure we're moving stuff well. That's strange. Yeah, so here comes along. So I think the backlog will be cleared quite quickly. Again, I think it's also because we're playing on ×1, and this isn't dropping. This is still building up, which is good to see as well. It's stagnated, but that doesn't mean it's in decline, which is good, so we'll see how things go. Anyway, let's go ahead and create these 3 routes now and really get something cooking. So first of all, from here, Hampstead Truck Station, route number 1 is going to be up to here. So we're going to call this G, we're going to call this Hampstead, and we're going to call this Oil, because that's what it is. Then with that one done, we're going to go ahead and build this route, which is going to be the... Oh, what is this going to be called? This is going to be called the G. We're going to go with Southgate, because I don't think anything's named after Southgate yet. Southgate, and this is going to be Wood. And then finally, our remaining route is going to be from here at the goods factory down to here. Have I done this right? Yeah, so the plastic to goods, yes, that is fine. So where is line 1 now? We need to now salvage this from the menu system. There we go, perfect. Bottom of the pack, as it should be. G, Southgate, and this is going to be called the... what, plastic? Plastic route, which is perfect. So that means now we're going to have wood and we're going to have plastic coming into here, which is going to give us our outcome, which is wonderful. Now all we need to do is dump that outcome into a city, which is going to be probably 2 different routes actually. So this truck station all of a sudden is full, which is good to see. But let's go ahead and get stuff dumped onto individual towns and cities. So what we're going to do is... we don't have any goods coming in here yet, do we? Do we? I don't think we do actually. We'll come back to Southgate in a second then, but we do definitely have goods coming into the town here of Bangor. So let's go ahead and get goods into here. So this is going to be G. It's actually going to be Bangor, and it is actually going to be the word goods for once actually, which is quite strange. It is definitely called goods, isn't it? Yeah, goods. It's just called goods. I don't know what the goods are, but it's good. So let's go ahead and very quickly get some trucks aligned onto these routes now. 4 new truck routes we have just built, so this is going to take some time for things to really get going. So first of all, we're moving oil up the roads here, so we're going to need oil tankers, which again, we probably use those Scania orange ones we've got in action. No idea what happened there. Thank you, autosave. Let's buy vehicles. Let's go to freight liners. And again, these can carry oil, which is perfect. So let's move oil 1, 2, 3, 4 to start with. It's a very, very short route indeed. So if we go ahead and put this on here, it should be fine. So this is G, Hampstead and oil. So those are good to move now. Now if we go ahead and actually click back on the depot here, you're going to need large trucks that can remove logs. So what I'm thinking here is maybe the semi-trailer. Let's go ahead and get, it's actually not logs or wood, it's actually planks is the correct name. So I got that wrong, I do apologise. So let's go ahead and add these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm doing 10 because it's a much longer journey here. So this is the G, this is Southgate. G, where are we? Southgate, and that's wood or planks. I'll rename that off stream though, or off video. I don't know why I said off stream there. I'm definitely not live streaming, am I? No, I'm not good. Again, live stream should start shortly. They should have started by now, but I've had internet issues. So if you've not been watching any of my other videos, I've had major internet problems. So it's coming when I get my internet sorted, which it's been over a month, so who knows? And I honestly don't know, which is the worst part. So that's those two sorted. We now need to move the output from here, which is going to be plastic, down to there. So we're going to need trucks that can deal with plastic. Now I'm not at all sure, I think they can just go normal cargo truck, surely? Yeah, they can, perfect. So let's move the plastic, and there's probably going to be maybe like 7 of these trucks. Again, I'm sort of building for future capacity here, so let's buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's put that onto the G Southgate plastic, which goes on there. Perfect. And then finally we need to move stuff into the town of Bangor. God, this is a complicated process. So that is going to be goods themselves. So let's go ahead and select goods here. And let's get... I realise we're miles away from this route actually, but I'm just going to assign the trucks here. This is going to be G, and this is going to be Bangor. G Bangor. Where are we? G Bangor. It's in front of me. G Bangor goods is what it is. And that's perfect. Right, so all those trucks are off to work now, so we should maybe start to see slowly but surely a little bit of work being assigned to them. I'm going to speed this game up as we review some stuff, and then we'll have a look at this a bit more in depth in the next episode. Okay, so in this episode we built a tram, a new tram line in the town of Southgate here, and Bangor for that matter. This is Bangor, isn't it? Yep, it is perfect. So how's the tram doing, first of all? TR Bangor. We are looking, I mean, there's a wee bit of movement in and around people here. So the TR Bangor 2, it's losing money quite drastically, in fact, actually. So that Cobra is full though, and then we've got a variety of empty Cobras, to be honest. So it's interesting, it really is interesting how things are going here. It looks like there's a lot of movement out on to the right hand side, but maybe not as much on the left hand side, which is a bit disappointing, but again, we can come back and address that. And again, it's already made an extra 30k, so it's probably still in its teething stages. Then if we come along the road here to Southgate, a wee bit of passengers waiting, which is good. So this is TR Southgate 2. Losing 217k right now. Hopefully that will go ahead and change. We've maybe put too many trams on this network actually. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to go ahead and sell a tram there and just see if that makes much of a difference. Just because the frequency is actually more than the other tram in the town, which is doing quite well profit wise. So it's an interesting one. Then on top of that, how much fuel's actually being produced here? All of a sudden a lot more, which is good. So we're going to get some more trucks onto this route. This route is the G crude oil for Botry. So again, it's just going to be the green, or not green, green orange, same thing for me. Scania trucks. Let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra trucks on here. Let's go ahead and grab these and let's put these on that route there. So that should really start to go ahead and move stuff even more faster now, but we're pumping at some rate. But again, we've now got even an extra process relying on that oil up here, which is good to see. Don't think there's a start of some production already actually, so the chain is getting moving. Have we produced any plastic yet? Or goods, sorry. No, we haven't, which is unfortunate, but again, things are dependent on down here as well. Got a lot of trucks waiting here, don't we? Yeah, a lot of trucks, which is quite crazy. Yeah, this maybe isn't the best layout, coming to think of it. At all, in fact. So, it looks like there's actually no wood being assigned though to the Southgate route, which is kind of frustrating right now. Did I put these trucks on the wrong route? I'm starting to think that. I'll investigate that now anyway, because do we have wood trucks coming down here? Oh, we do actually, no, so we're fine. We're just oversubscribed on wood trucks over there. But again, yeah, there's nothing moving yet, but hopefully there will be soon. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like, rate, and subscribe if you are new around here. Very quickly, metal, it's staggering, so it's not really improved much, to be honest. Unfortunate, I know. But I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like, rate, and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that description below, check out my Twitter, Patreon, and Discord, and leave a like rating. And that's all, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.